Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Study with Soumya. I hope you all are well and safe. Make sure to subscribe this channel if you haven't subscribed till now. Also turn on the bell icon when subscribing the channel so that you don't miss any update or opportunity from the channel itself. And do join us at our Telegram channel. The link for the Telegram channel is given in the description itself. So make sure to join and be a part of our Telegram family. Well, in this video, we'll be solving a previous year coding question that was asked in the TCS NQT itself, and the question is going to be very helpful for you. The video is going to be very helpful for you so that you can understand the difficulty level of the question and you can practice the same. So make sure to watch the complete video. Also do share this video with your friends as well so that even they can know what sort of questions are being asked in the TCS. So without any delay, let's start with the question now. So here's our question. The question says that given a number A, find the smallest number B such that if we multiply all digits of B, we get A. The result B should have minimum 2 digits. So basically they are saying there is a number A. So this is a number A. Now what you have to do, you have to find another smallest number B such that if you are multiplying the digits of number B, you are getting the number A itself. Also, they have clearly mentioned that we should have a minimum 2 digits should be there. For example, let's understand the same with the help of example. So, if A given to us is 36, then they are giving B as 49 in the output. So, you can see 49, if you will multiply the digits 4 and 9, you will get 36 itself, and that is nothing but A itself. Next, we are having A equal to 100. So we are getting B as 455, and if you will multiply the digits of 455, you will get 100 itself. Next we are having if A equal to 1. So see, they have clearly mentioned that you have to give like B should have minimum 2 digits. So we are getting in the output 11, and if you will multiply the digits of 11, we will get 1 itself, right? And next we are having 13, and you must be knowing that there is no such, like 13 is a prime number, so that cannot be divided further, that is not divisible even. So that's why we have to give not possible for kind of prime numbers, right? So this is how it is going to be. Now first of all, there are some cases that we have to understand. The first case is when the value of n is less than that of 10. For example, here in the case of 1, so what we are returning 11. Okay, if we are having 2, so what you have to return 12. 1 into 2 will give 2 itself. 3, so you can return 13. 4, you can return 14. 1 into 4, 4. 1 into 4, 4. 5, you can return 15. 5 into 1, 5. So there is one thing that you can notice, that if the value of n is less than that of 10, so we have to simply give n plus 10 in the output, right? We have to simply give n plus 10. And if in the case the value of n is greater than or equal to 10, then what we have to do, so we have to find all the factors of the given number. Let's suppose 36 we have, so we have to find all the factors of the given number, so which should be in the range of 2 and 9, right? And what we have to do, so we will start looping from the 9, right? 9 up to 2 we will take it. Why? Because so that we can have minimum number of digits in our numbers, because we want what we want the smallest number possible, right? So that is what we have to do. So let's see the code part now. So first of all, we need a main function, right? And this is our main function. So to this, first of all, we need an integer n that we have to take as input from the user, right? And what we'll be doing, so instead of doing the everything that we have to implement, basically we can define another function. So let's take it as min number, and to this function we are passing the value of n, right? And now whatever we have to do, the logic that we have to implement, that will be implementing in min number itself. So this function has to return nothing, so that will be of void type only, min number, and that is taking this n. Now first of all, we need k for the size of the array, and we need the array as well. So let's the array be result, and this is of integer type. So what we have to do, first of all, we have to check that if n is greater than, sorry, if n is less than that of 10, so we have to simply print n plus 10, For example, n is 1, so 11 will be printed, and then to stop the flow we have to just simply return, right? That is what we have to do. Otherwise, if this is not the case, so case 2 was, we'll be taking a for loop I equal to 9, I greater than 1, I minus minus, and here what we'll be doing, so we'll be checking that if I can divide our integer n or not. So while n mod I equal 0, so what we have to do, we'll be reducing n by a factor of I, and we'll be storing I to our array. So result k plus plus, we have to store I, and next what we have to do, that even after coming out of this loop and values is still greater than 10, so we can simply print that it is not possible, right, and just simply return. Otherwise, if this is not the case, so what we have to do, we have to run a loop for printing the array elements in reverse order. We have already discussed the logic, that why. So what we'll be doing, I equal to, so we have to run a loop through the size of the array result. So the size has been stored in k itself, so we can have k minus 1, I greater than equal to 0, I minus minus, and here we have to simply print cout result 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 of I, and that's it. So we are done. So this is what we have to do, like all the cases that we discussed, so this is how they are going to be. I hope you understood that what actually we are trying to do. So now let's run our code. So if we are giving 36, so you can see we are getting 49. Let's try for another input. If we are giving 13, so we are getting not possible. And if we are giving 100, so you can see what we are getting, 455, right? Also, let's try for 2. So if we are giving 2, so let's see what will happen. For sure we'll be getting 12, right? So let's see. So we are getting 12. This is how it is working. I hope you understood the code, the logic as well. So make sure to like the video, make sure to subscribe the channel. Thank you for watching this video. Keep learning, keep preparing. Be safe everyone. Bye.